Everybody, in today's video, let's talk about the most hated airport in America. And it's here in Cleveland, Ohio. To be exact, we're talking about the Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport right here, which is pretty much in the middle of the city, right next to downtown Cleveland, Ohio indeed. I don't know why you'd want to be there, but it's here, the airport. Now, it's not big at all. The longest runway is barely 2,000 meters long, which is why it's sort of a general aviation airport. See, when you park your car here at the Cleveland Burke Airport, you see the big signature aviation right here, which obviously do private jets, everybody, yes. Even on Google Maps, there is tons of smaller and pretty big private jets parked here on the ramp. Look at this Falcon here. But let me tell you, people want this airport closed completely.
Right now of Burke Lakefront Airport. The question today, how long will it be there?
What do we put in that Burke Lakefront Airport on the water?
The new stadium.
We put in there a Taco Bell?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I mean, they even write that in the Google reviews. This airport should be closed immediately. Acres of wasted lakefront close to downtown. Look at the beautiful park that Berlin made out of the old Tempelhof Airport. Yes, Berlin also had an airport in the middle of the city called Tempelhof, but it was closed quite a long time ago, and nowadays it still stands there, and, you know, people go on there and smoke crack. The same could be done here. A lakefront space for everyone in a city that has significantly less public lakefront than its Great Lake Piers, Chicago, Milwaukee. Instead, politicians choose to keep this airport, which is only used by private jets and the terrible fighter jet show at the Labor Day. Oh, someone is a real hater here. Yes, we've got the same old ordeal here at the Cleveland Burke Airport that many downtown airports have or had. Cleveland Burke is an old airport. It was constructed in the 1940s. And it reminds me a lot of what Chicago had with the Merrill Meigs Field. We talked about that on the channel. Yes, it looked like this. It was close to the city, just like Cleveland. Obviously, Chicago's much bigger though, and people wanted it closed. And it kind of makes sense, to be honest. They wanted to use the big airport space to turn it into public space here. I mean, there's lots of good things you can do with airports. I mean, the whole Cleveland Burke Airport has an area of 2 square kilometers. That is big enough to build another downtown. Do you know what I mean? And this opinion is definitely shared by Cleveland's mayor. Can we close Burke? We think we can. The city really wants to close it. The mayor of the city, Justin Bieb, probably Justin Bieber's brother, haven't firmly decided to shut down the downtown airport, but they're leaning in that direction and trying to find the best route. Yes, the Burke Lakefront Airport is threatened with closure. And you know what a mayor of the city, when he really wants an airport closed, does? I mean, back to the Chicago Meigs Field. We all know how that went. On the night of March 30th, 2003, Mayor Daley ordered city crews to make the runway unusable by bulldozing large X-shaped gauges into the runway surface in the middle of the night. While having airplanes there, this resulted in several aircraft being stranded on the ground at the airport. These were later allowed to depart from Meigs Taxiway. Yes, he practically made the airport unusable by using bulldozers here, which is very interesting. It may be a little bit stupid, but the same thing might happen to Burke Lakefront Airport. Now, it might be about time that we fly here. I mean, this is the average traffic for Cleveland Burke, not very big, but it is a fully fledged airport. I mean, it has a tower, control tower, it's a controlled airport. It had standards instrument departure. You can do beautiful IFR flying. You can see that right here. And the departures are quite interesting. See, when you take out from this runway right here, you have to make an immediate, very immediate right turn here. Pretty much 90 degrees. So let's do that now. Come on, let's go full power. Get the flaps down. Very nice. This plane is saying no takeoff. Shut up.
No takeoff. No.
Let's go full power. And I mean, this is a longitude Cessna. And it creates quite a bit of noise, obviously. And I feel like that's a major drawback for the city, too. This airport must be hella loud. I mean, okay, there aren't huge jet airliners flying here, but this must be an impeccable amount of noise to cruising past the city. But, well, hold on. These runways here, 1,500 and 1,800 meters long, are long enough to host bigger jet airliners, actually, which is why this airport is a reliever airport for the big Cleveland Hopkins Airport. The biggest plane to come here is the Boeing 757. You can see it take off from a Delta. I don't know. I think it might have accidentally landed here or something. Okay, maybe not a 747. Yes, after all, reliever airport. What happened if Cleveland Hopkins Airport was blown up? You could just fly here, yes. Anyway, this should be interesting here. Taking off. Now, yes, this is one of the most threatened airports with closure in the world, mainly because the whole of Cleveland practically wants it gone, except of the ones that use it. So that's kind of the whole story now. Let's go ahead and take off now. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Good. Let's maybe make a little bit of a flyby. Oh, wow. All right. Maybe this runway. Okay, I should have used the bigger one. Anyway, let's do a bit of a flyby here over the city. I like the idea of having like downtown so close to airport. That must be an interesting view on departure. And we've died again. I mean, look, it's not very easy at all to close an airport as a mayor. The FAA won't let you just close airports for fun. Cleveland would have to pay a lot of money and be approved and face lawsuits from companies. We took a look at the signature aviation thing. They would invest a lot of money and that will be all gone. Yes, the city is required to prove that closing the airport would benefit the aviation system or generally be a benefit, which I doubt because the airport contributes $76 million to the local economy every year. Why? Because every year there is the Cleveland National Air Show right here at the Lakefront Airport, right next to the city. It's very important for Cleveland business people to be able to travel quickly. And I don't think it makes sense to get rid of that just to build a park, you know. Well, I'd rather they're actually planning on building like this huge stadium here, you know, where the airport was or was be. Yes, right now, although people want to close, I think it's not going to be closed for at least 10 years. Why? There's so much stuff here. I mean, this whole airport here was kind of built on toxic material. This whole landfill here. That is not good. Probably like 1 million asbestos here in that, below that grass. So like scrapping the runway will be quite hazardous to the entire city. That's another story there. By the way, scrapping the whole runway at the airport here would cost $15 million to the city. So it's a very expensive project, but I don't think will be even realized at all. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a smooth landing now here at the Burke Lakefront Airport. Come on, get the flaps out. The approach is very interesting. Okay, right over the stadium. That's quite a safety hazard, to be honest. Like, what if there's a game here and they would have to close off the airspace, right? They would have to close off the entire airport. Oh, yeah, that's a disadvantage. Okay, let's land on the smaller, significantly smaller and less equipped runway here. No trouble. Let's see. We're gonna have to do max braking here on runway 06, right? That is true. Let's do it. Boom! That was a very hard landing, extremely hard landing. Let's go ahead and reverse thrust now. This is totally fine. Yes, there we go, everybody. We have landed at the Lake Burke Airport thing. So everybody, I'm interested in what they'll do. Maybe they will bulldoze the runways. I don't know. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters. Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Fanner, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New York. You've got beautiful names.